Hello, hello, hello. How is everybody doing? It is what? Friday. Yes, it is Friday, you guys. So we are about to dive in a little bit and just trying to figure out. So I have no real I guess strategy today. And it's just to come on and say, I'm so excited that it's Friday. That's what it is about. And the reason why is because I would say all this week I was getting tips from friends as I was giving them tips, right? I was reminded of a couple of things, and I will talk to you today about that. And what that how are you? That's what I need to know. How are you doing? If you are an entrepreneur and you are trying to understand this whole, light as to where we are today, right? Where are we? Where are you with your plan for 2021? I have been saying that for the last few weeks. Go into the academy and get your checklist. It's free. And figure that out. So, what am I talking about? I am talking about figuring out how you can still what sustain your biz. Again, if for those who don't know me, I am your girl, Dr. TOD. I am the founder and CEO of Sustain Your Biz Academy and Sustain Your Biz LLC. Why? Because we help you to have sustainable solutions for your biz. I've been in practice for over 22 years. I cater to, but I'm not negating anybody else. I cater to women that are in business, women that are in the medical field as well. However, anyone that's in business can do um, do or go to our academy. Yes. So I'm sorry, that was my best friend calling. I had to hang up on her. I'll call her back because that's why I have the Saturday. So if you're up tomorrow on Saturday, I have coffee with Dr. T. But say hello. Who's watching? Say what's up. Let me know who's in here. And again, I have no real thing as except to say we are going to do a rewind. That is what tonight is for. It's about rewinding. So did you get your mocktail or your cocktail? Because it's the beginning of happy hour. And I have um my bubbly. Actually, that was another person that I know got me onto this. So what am I talking about in the rewind? The rewind is you need to sometimes go back just a little bit. You don't want to go back a lot. You just want to go back just a little bit. And so when we say rewind, sometimes you have to go back and see what worked. And then, because we might have gotten a little astray and not really realizing, that what particular strategy or particular procedure or particular way that you have done business, it worked. And maybe somebody decided that they wanted to give you another idea and you said, no, I'll try yours. And then you just never went back to it. And now this is COVID-19. And now it is time to really look at every step of the way. This is why I say rewind, is because it goes back to your business plan. Why did you create your business? Right? Who was your ideal customer, and how are you going to take them through that customer journey? So this is where we are with the rewind. So the one thing that I would say all this week that I really wanted to hone in, and it's basically taking my own advice. I did not come on this week because I didn't feel prepared. I didn't come on this week because I had studying and things of that nature that I needed to do. However, I didn't show up for you guys. So now I'm thinking, hey, regardless of how I was feeling, regardless of how I was in there, I still should have came on to say, hey, How are you? How is everything going in your business? Have you looked at what your goals were for this week? Where are you with those goals, right? And just real quick, right? To just say, hey. Now, yesterday I did take a me day. I'll show you a picture from that. Um, that I did a me day yesterday. So, I have to say that I did not come on yesterday because part of being an entrepreneur, you guys, you do have to do self-care. You really do. You have to do self-care as well. So with the rewind again, I just said it, you know, go back to your your business plan, look it up, look into it, look at it, and see, what that is. See what that is, right? And then show up. You still need to show up. And so that's where we kind of mess up sometimes, that we get too into ourselves and we don't show up, right? So as I said, unfortunately I did not show up for you guys yesterday because I had to do a me day, right? That was my me day. Um, and that's also part of entrepreneur. Like sometimes you will have to say, hey, I need some time to reflect. I need some time to, figure things out. And I need to change some things that I am doing. So that was me yesterday. It was just a me day, and I really just needed to take some time to reflect and also just take some time to do me, right? And some of me is some we're into my favorite season, and we're into my favorite season, and I love fall. So yeah, yesterday I took a me day. I was like, listen, this is me. I have no patience. And sometimes you just have to do that. Like I figured I had patience right yesterday, but I was like, I ain't got no patience. This is gonna be me. Although my daughter was home because she's homeschooled, but it's just gonna be me. But it was a way for me. That's also another way of rewinding, right? That's another way to rewind, is taking care of you. So yeah, you went back to your business plan, you're figuring out what you're going to do for 2021, or finishing up this last quarter. In order to do that, you need a mental break. You need a mental break. You can't continue to function unless you have a mental break. I mean, a mental relaxation day. Do nothing. And I felt good, not to do anything. Right. So that was a me day. I had my comfy stuff, no makeup, that was it. So you definitely want to, think about, those things. So that's what I mean by rewinding, right? Go back to the things that worked for you, right? Go back to the things that worked. Then the other thing is, when I say show up, you just need to, show up, you know, just show up. So again, I'm providing you with sustainable business solutions. This is some of the things that you need to put in, right? You need to think about putting those in. And then the next thing is, y'all don't beat me up, but y'all are probably about to beat me up from what I'm about to say. But I don't want you to beat me up. I really don't. I don't want you to beat me up on this. What I'm about to say is, it may be a little harsh. It may not be. But you know what, guys? Sometimes you have to take your own advice. Sometimes, did you hear me? Sometimes you just have to take your own advice. So that is what happened to me as I was talking to somebody. And that's why I took a me day. If you saw that picture, let me put it back up. If you saw that picture, you know, that is why I took a me day yesterday, because that is one of the advice that I give. right? That's one advice that I give. So take a me day. Don't worry about it, right? Don't worry about it. Then the next thing that you want to do is take your own advice. Show up and take your own advice because you can't help others if you're not helping yourself, right? I'm gonna say it again. You can't help others if you're not helping yourself. It's just that simple. So you need to remember that. All right. Remember that. So as we're talking about rewinding, it's going back to some of the things that you already did, things that worked, you know, as you're moving into 2021. So I want you to look at that as a new opportunity for looking at what you did and what worked well. And maybe it was something that you stopped doing. And now you probably want to revisit that. Okay. And just remember that, you know, you have to sometimes go back a little bit. And like I said before, I prefaced before, go back just a little bit. I'm not saying go all the way back, but just go back a little bit. Now, I'm just probably going to take, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm just going to take a little bit and say that about going all the way back. Why I created Sustain Your Biz Academy, actually, I created this 5 years ago in 2015. I created this model that I wanted to be able to have a platform for entrepreneurs, minority entrepreneurs, female entrepreneurs, a way to highlight them and teach them. And COVID hit. It was like, you need to kind of relook at this, revamp it, rewind, go back, see how you can make it work today, see how you can make it work in 2021. Don't think that because you thought of it and you stopped it, it should still be able to work. You just have to rewind, right? Rewind and go back. And y'all, I'm going to probably tell you my age. So, you know how in the old fashioned days, right? They had the real, it's called the reel to reel. My daddy still has one. Okay. It's called reel to reel. Look it up. It is the way that they used to do film. And it's the way that they actually looked at film. And that reel to reel would go, and you would have to string it, and you would have to get it going so that it can move, right? So it's a way for them to look at their movie, look at their films and how it was going, right? So one of the things that it has a feature is like, stop, do me a favor, rewind, right? So part of that also is a way of them editing. You get it? So I like to bring stuff down so you can really understand. So even though you're rewinding to something that you created and you may have kind of stopped, you may want to rewind it and maybe take a piece of that and put it into what you're doing today, or go back to that whole part. Something may not fit right now, slice it, put it back through the reel. That's why it was called reel to reel, because it allowed you to slice, it allowed you to put things in place, and it allowed you to still what? Keep it moving along in there. If this is adding value to you right now and what I'm talking about, if you already had something in your head, if you already had something that you had written, whether it was a year ago or 2 years ago, if you had a business that you was thinking about doing and you just didn't do it, it could, I would say, for me, in my practice, I have different um, I have different businesses. Sorry about that, guys. I have different businesses. So, with that being said, with my different businesses, I now what I call departments. So that's how I can say that I have created sustainable business solutions, because if one isn't working or one is a little slow right now, I can rely on that other department, right? And I'll give you another example on that. I want you to research Hershey. I want you to research Hershey. Then I want you to research Disney. Okay. Then I want you to research Coca Cola. Okay. Those three companies, I'm just giving you those right now. You go in and Google it. Hershey has different companies within there, right? They all have different companies in there. You won't even know how many companies. If you ever been to Atlanta at the Coca-Cola factory in Atlanta, Georgia, it would be go if when COVID opens up and you can go see that it will be eye-opening to you to see how many formulas of sodas that Coca-Cola has and how many brands they have. You don't even realize they even do water. They have so many brands, right? But it's still underneath that umbrella. So even though when you might want to talk about rewinding and see what was working or what you might have put on the shelf, pick it back up. That's what I'm talking about, rewinding. I would give you another example. Um, I'm into over the last 10 years, and I'm probably going to do a class on this, but over the last 10 years, I really pushed into my model to do contract work with state and city government. Okay. That was also an eye opener for me because didn't realize that what I have to give, that the government may need my services. Now you have to learn how to bid on that. That's probably going to be another, that's going to be part of one of our toolkits coming up in 2021, part of Sustain Your Biz Academy. So as you are looking at this, you need to really hone in on what exactly you are trying to do in 2021. Go and get the free. I'll go into the academy. I'll put it up a little bit later again. Go into the academy and look and see how you want to do that. There's a checklist. It's free. All you got to do is go into the academy. It says checklist. You'll get it. It'll be a download and you could start moving today. Okay. So this is about rewinding. This is about regenerating. This is about sparking you into figuring out where you're going to go in November, you know, in December, because we're already in October. November is my birthday month, so we're gonna really push it up. December, we're going to bring back Sharp Sexy Sisters. I'm thinking about doing it men's only, for Sharp Sexy Sisters, where we're going to cater to, so that's still in motion. So we're going to cater to men this time because that was also part of a discussion that actually happened today at the No More Hidden Figures retreat. You need to get into that too. And we thought about, like, we're always doing stuff for women, but men need our help too. So I'm getting ready to launch a series just for men, right? So because men want to be in business, men probably need the same information as we're getting, and that is what's needed. So if you're listening to the sound of my voice and you are a man, go into Sustain Your Biz Academy, get in on there, and so that we can get you in where you can get all the information on sustainable business solutions, and then we can help you too. Because they always say, you need a strong man on your side. Now I'm married. However, we do have to stop man shaming. And just because we're in that feminist movement, it doesn't mean that we don't like men. It doesn't mean that we are shaming men. And let's get that straight, is the fact that, we are empowering ourselves. And just like people say that, for sons, like it takes a man to raise a son, the same thing with women. We just need a space for ourselves, guys. But if we also have skills that we can teach you, I am so better for it and you will be better for it. So look out for that as well. So when I talk about rewind, that is part of what I created in 2015. So look out for something in Sustain Your Biz. I will announce it probably in November because that's when we're going to turn up a little bit because it is my birthday, but I'm not going to give away the name for it. But if you have a gentleman friend or a brother or your husband and they're in business, let them come to Sustain Your Biz. Go over to Sustain Your Biz to Win Facebook group. I really need 100 people in there. Right now we are at 80. So all I need is 20 more people to like the page. Like the page. That's all you need to do, is like the page. And then next month, I'm going to push for another 100. So by the end of this year, I want to have about 300 to 500 people at the end of this year at Sustain Your Biz to Win. So keep sharing, keep following, because I'm on fire. I want you to win in this season. What does winning mean? Welcoming in the new you, investing in yourself, and to never give up on you. If you had a business idea, if you had a construct of something in your head, write it down. Go to the academy and get the checklist so that you can get started. Also, think about your mindset in this time. All right. There's already a class already on there is changing your train of thought. And part of Sustain Your Biz Academy is mindset. Our mantra is mindset plus sustainability equals success. So if you know that you want to change in your business, if you know that you want to create something else in your business, I am that sustainable business coach. And what I do is I ask those hard questions for you. And then we help go through those 10 to 12 steps that I have created for you so that we can dive deep, okay, into where your business structure is going to go. And again, it's sustain your biz. And the reason why I've done that is because I've paid people thousands of dollars over the years, and they've tried to construct my business based on their business model. Okay, there's some foundational principles of any business. You definitely need to know the construct of that, right? You need the construct of the basic business models. We're not negating that. However, your vision for your business, that's why we say our goal is to make your vision clear. And you know, I got to tie that in because I'm an optometrist. So to make your vision clear, and that vision is what your business wanted. So if you're in health and wellness, if you're into beauty, I don't even care if you're a construction worker. If you know, it's just a matter of saying, what do you want to do? Where do you want to go? And let me help you get there. Because I'm going to listen to you and I'm just going to, help you get there. And you know, the one thing that I love about Rewind is because you may have tried it before and it didn't work, but it doesn't mean that you can't go back to it and see if you can find out why it didn't work and make it better, make it work again. Right? It's just like putting a new engine in a car. You still have the shell of something that you already created, right? You had it created up here, but you might need a new engine and you just get that put in. You might needed something to spark you, now is the time. And I have to say, and if you haven't heard any of my other lives before, as far as women entrepreneurs, African American women are the leading um, businesses, startups in this country. However, we are last in our economic structure as well. So we're leading the way, we're forging the way as far as startups. However, and we stay in it for a long time. Like, your 7-year itch, we stay in longer than 7 years. Okay, so that's a good thing. So as long as you have that, and you have that business model, let's help you here at Sustain Your Biz Academy to make sure that it's what sustained. Okay, that you have different parts in there that you know that if one time it's going to be a little slow, then what are you going to put in to make it when it's slow? Okay, what else are you going to put there? I like compartments, and it's almost the same. And I want you to, and I'm going to leave this here. It's almost the same as a department store. Okay. Think of your business as a department store. That is part of what makes Sustain Your Biz an amazing place to be. Okay. So go into there, go and Sustain Your Biz to Win so that you can keep up on stuff. If you're in Sustain Your Biz to Win and you're watching it there, keep sharing keep sharing the information and having people come in. You can also follow me on Instagram at 2020 Eye Doctor. And, just keep doing it. Just stay in. Go back and look at what you used to do. See what you can fix. See what you can rebrand. See what you can bring back. That is why I'm saying rewind. So that is another step for you to move into 2021. Okay. And maybe you just thought of something last week. How do you want to put it together? Let me be that coach for you so that we can work things out. All right. So go to Academy Academy.med is my biz.org. You can find more information out there. If you click on that link above, that will also give you some more information in our at our academy. Go to Sustain Your Biz LLC, or Sustain Your Biz to Win, that Facebook group, and you can go to Sustain Your Biz, the private group. So I thank you guys for watching. You know, I do not keep much of your time. Enjoy your Friday, enjoy your weekend, and I will see you tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. when we're still talking a little bit more about the power of you. Okay, so keep sharing, keep watching. Let me know who's watching. Again, if you are watching this toward the end, go back to the rewind, because you know your girl comes on only for about a half hour. But I am so hyped about November and December. And some of the things that I have up here, I'm going to write it down this weekend, and we are going to have a ball, because November is my birthday month, and we're going to make sure that we are putting things in place so that you can what sustain your biz, so that you can what win in this season. What does the acronym WIN means? That means welcoming in the new you, investing in yourself, and to never ever, you hear me, never give up on you. Because I've been told so many times that, why are you in business? Duh, because I wanted to be in business. I know I can do it. You can do it too. You just need the foundation. And the foundation is going to be given to you at Sustain Your Biz Academy. You know, and that is one of the things that I wish I had. I wish I had somebody with the rigor and the wherewithal to say, "Hey, this lady has something. Let me help her." Right? This, Dr. T has something. Let me help her get through this, you know. So tomorrow is Coffee with Dr. T. All right. And that's at 8 o'clock in the morning. There is already a class already up there for you guys who don't know that I'm always a person that you need to learn how to do things by yourself. And that's one of the sustainable business tips. I'm going to give you that right now. But go in there, learn how to do your own graphics, right? And again, rewind means that there are opportunities for improvement. I talked about my taco method. That is also going to be coming up. And you just want to keep going and going and going, you know, and don't forget to take time for you. It's so, so important. Okay. So, with that, I bid you adieu. Have a great evening. I will see you guys tomorrow morning at 8. If you're watching this on the rewind, plus rewind. If you felt as though your girl was on fire, put some fire in there. If you have learned anything today and this added value to you today, put value. Go over to Sustain Your Biz to Win. That is Sustain Your Biz LLC. If you have any questions or about business, you can message me. I will do my best to get in there and answer your questions. Yeah. So, guys, take care. I'll see you guys on the other side. Bye bye.